Trump's lawyer, Alina Habba, was on Newsmax, and she was discussing the gag order that Trump keeps violating, and she somehow finds a way to blame the judge. Check it out.
The fact is that you now have to argue the constitutionality of his own gag order in front of him, and then he tells the Trump lawyers that they're losing credibility in his courtroom. I'm sorry, this judge has no credibility.
Yeah, this is the same methodology that judges have done with me, and the left-wing media. They'll run with it. They try and make attorneys on the team look or seem like they don't know what they're doing. They know that the press is in the room, and they kind of play into it. They'll say things, I'll speak to my experience. For the lawyers out there that'll understand, I was putting in something in evidence, and it was impeachment evidence. It wasn't introducing something blindly. And the judge was making comments that would make the press believe that I didn't know what I was doing, saying, you need to read the evidence rules. And I was looking at him, and I remember thinking, you're doing this on purpose. You're doing this in front of a jury. You're doing this in front of the press. And the jury is impressionable. To them, the judge runs the court. So they do this intentionally today with Mr. Blanche, to say to Todd something like, you're losing credibility because there's no case law on a president being gagged and his First Amendment rights being taken away. Well, let me tell you why there's no precedent on that. There's no precedent on that because it's never happened before. So they're asking us to back up things that you can't, because it's never happened in this country. If you want to get precedent, maybe we need to look in Mexico or somewhere else where this would happen. But it doesn't happen in this country. And I think it's intentional. I know it is. They do it. They've done it to me. And they try and berate and ridicule the attorneys. And it's really pathetic.
Well, that was
Oh, Alina, the reason that the judge and the press say those things is because you don't know what you're doing. You see, that's what happens when Trump hires third-rate lawyers, because nobody else wants to represent him because he doesn't pay his bills. And so when a judge calls you out for not knowing what you're doing, it's because you don't. And of course, you have to be a victim in MAGA world. So she finds a way to blame the judge and the press for her own inexperience. She just can't accept the fact that she's a terrible lawyer, just like Trump can't accept the fact that he lost the election. Remember, denying reality is totally on brand for MAGA.